The guy you see next to me is the most generous billionaire in the world.
Sam Bankman-Fried is a 29-year-old American expat. He's going to try to earn as much money as he possibly can so that he can give it to people that are involved in actual charities to give the money away and have the most positive impact.
Ever since Sam was a kid, he wanted to get rich. Really, really rich. But not for the reasons you think.
I wanted to get rich not because I like money, but because I wanted to give that money to charity.
Sam doesn't need the money to buy a Lamborghini or to buy a Rolex or to impress his friends.
Hi, my name is Sam, and this is my story.
In 2016, a cryptocurrency exchange platform called FTX was launched by the founder Sam Bankman-Fried. Starting from $0, the company experienced remarkable growth due to its innovative technology and fast-expanding user base. However, late last year the whole crypto platform came crashing down. On November 11, 2022, FTX's CEO Sam Bankman-Fried resigned and the company declared bankruptcy. In the hours that followed, FTX may have been the victim of a hack in which tokens valued at hundreds of millions were taken. The founder and former CEO of FTX was detained in the Bahamas and extradited to the United States in late December. He has pleaded not guilty to criminal charges that he cheated investors in his now bankrupt FTX cryptocurrency exchange, causing billions of dollars in losses in what prosecutors have called an epic fraud. Sam Bankman-Fried, the founder of FTX and Alameda Research, was the head of the crypto exchange FTX, which went from being worth $32 billion to declaring bankruptcy in a matter of months. Bankman-Fried rose to prominence in the crypto community and ranked among the wealthiest people by the time he was 30. At the peak of his career, Sam was worth just shy of $27 billion. That's a lot of money that Sam said he'll give away. Sam often portrayed himself as a humble guy who had genuine interest in helping people and making the world a better place. Unlike other billionaires, Sam did not publicly flaunt his wealth or make headlines for extravagant purchases. There's not even a single photo of Sam wearing a $100,000 watch, driving a Ferrari, or traveling with a Louis bag. Instead, Sam gave the impression that he was living a humble lifestyle like most of us. Or was he? Today we'll be diving into the ridiculous $40 million lifestyle of FTX CEO Sam Bankman-Fried. Bankman was living quite a luxurious lifestyle in the Bahamas where he, his girlfriend, and staff spent millions of dollars on expensive trips, the finest food, and of course accommodation. FTX Group used corporate funds to purchase homes and other personal items. Let's start with the food. FTX spent $7 million on food in just 9 months. I don't know, maybe it's because most of us are pretty poor, but I just can't grasp the idea of spending even a single million on food. But then again, I'm not a billionaire, and he was worth almost $27 billion at the time, so that was probably just a slap on the wrist for him. It's also been revealed that Sam would often spend $2,500 a day eating at fancy restaurants. But if you think that's insane, wait till you hear what FTX spent on marketing. Although this is not directly tied to Sam Bankman alone, but rather to the company as a whole, I find it interesting that in March 2021 FTX and Miami-Dade County agreed to a 19-year partnership worth $135 million to change the Heat's Arena name from American Airlines Arena to the FTX Arena to raise customer awareness. Although it's not known how much celebrities like Tom Brady, Stephen Curry, and Naomi Osaka were paid, it is known that FTX US invested in college sports, putting up $17.5 million for a 10-year stadium naming rights deal with the University of California's Golden Bears. He also spent about $30 million airing an ad in the 2022 Super Bowl featuring comedian Larry David, according to Bloomberg. Let's move on to real estate and accommodation. The former billionaire and his girlfriend, Carolina Listen, spent more than $15 million on accommodation and hotels in the Bahamas, specifically spending $5.8 million on a penthouse in a lavish community known as Albany Marina, where a one-night stay in the attached hotel is about $3,000, which can get as high as $60,000 per night at high season, which you cannot enter unless you're a member, which is now being sold for almost $40 million. And this is not just any penthouse. This is luxury at its finest, being an oceanside resort. It also contains a vast collection of amenities such as golf courses, beaches, spas, and many more. But it wasn't just Sam and Alyson living there. He also set aside 15 other condos in Albany, amounting to a staggering amount of $256 million. Sam also owned/bought a vacation home for his parents for who knows how much. And if you were an employee at Sam's company FTX, you would also receive free groceries, a free car with gas paid for, and other benefits. And for a humble guy who said he doesn't want a yacht, it should come as a surprise when one yacht owner told Fox Business he used to see Bankman-Fried on his 52-foot boat all the time. An additional $4 million was spent on flights which FTX used a relatively large portion of for deliveries. As stated by Insider, FTX hired private planes to fly Amazon packages from Miami to staff at its Bahamas HQ because it didn't deliver to the country. What's disturbing about the spending habits of Sam and his pals at FTX was that they didn't even have an accounting department to keep track of the company's expenses. As stated by the Washington Post, FTX's bankruptcy filing indicates that it had no in-house accounting department and failed to take even the most basic measures, such as segregating duties and establishing a system to keep track of accounts. On top of that, according to Forbes, in the aftermath of the FTX collapse, it came out that the exchange had attempted to negotiate a $100 million sponsorship with Taylor Swift. It's difficult to fathom how a company can go from paying for the naming rights of an NBA arena to filing for bankruptcy the following year. There are more questions than answers as investors and government officials attempt to make sense of what happened with FTX. When something seems too good to be true, it almost always is. The story of Sam serves as a cautionary tale of the dangers of greed and the illusion of power that wealth can bring. It's easy to get caught up in the rat race of accumulating more and more, but at what cost? Sam thought that by giving away all his money, he would find true happiness and humility, but ultimately, his actions led to the downfall of his company and a life of luxury for himself. As we reflect on Sam's story, let's take a moment to consider our own values and priorities. Are we truly living a life of purpose and making a positive impact on the world around us? Or are we chasing after the fleeting and empty promises of wealth and power? Remember, true wealth and success come from living a life of integrity and kindness, not the size of our bank account. Let's all strive to live a life of humility, compassion, and generosity. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next week.